Six Nights at Pinkie, 6 Nights at Pink's. Wait, what is this? Flatty? Apple Horse? It looks like someone made a FNAF X MLP game, but didn't remember the characters' names. Either that, or the names were changed to avoid copyright. Well, according to this notepad, Renat, the developer, was 14 and has bad English, and doesn't live in America, so that probably led to the weird title and names of the characters. Anyways, back to the point. Six Nights at Pinkie's. Now, I know you guys are saying, why are you talking about this game when you could be talking about the clearly better version of it? I'll get to that later. Six Nights at Pinkie's is basically your average FNAF pizzeria, remodeled a little bit but with ponies. On your first night, you're just watching cameras, listening to the phone call. Oh, you're already dead! That's a pretty bad sign when your fangame has your player die on the first night within seconds before the phone call even finishes. So Rainbow Dash, for some reason, is the puppet. Even though she's in the code with an eye patch and the thumbnail for the app has Rarity as the puppet, and yet she's not even an enemy you face. She only appears in some cutscene that serves no purpose and in the repair room. Going back to Rainbow Dash, there are a lot of problems with her on the first night. As previously mentioned, she can kill you within seconds. Well, how do we stop that? Maybe let's listen to the phone call. Oh wait, she kills you before the phone guy can even tell you how to deal with her. Let's try looking for her on the cameras. Oh, there she is. And look, there's a music box. Now how do I wind it? There's no click and hold to wind button. Yeah, so to wind the box you hold control. How the hell is anyone supposed to know that without the game telling you so? Have text on the camera that says hold control to wind or something. Well, yes, the phone call does tell you to wind your box. Remember, you die before you can even say so. Never mind that. What's important is that you know how to deal with Rainbow. Now what about the others? Well, all you have to do is pull up this doll thing when they enter your office. Those being Pinkie, Twilight, and Fluttershy. Simple. Alright, night 1 complete. Now on to night 2. Night 2 activates the last 2 animatronics. Since 4 out of the 6 main characters were activated, surely that means the last 2 are Applejack and Rarity. Well, you're right for Applejack, but remember, I said Rarity isn't an enemy in this game. Pretty sure you already knew that, as the first picture presented shows all the enemies, and Sunset is one of them. Now here we have another problem. Listen to this first bit of the phone call.
Right, about the 2 animatronics. The orange one.
Wait a minute. The 2 new animatronics are orange! Why can't he just refer to them by their names? Now, to some people, it's obvious that he's referring to Applejack as he does refer to Sunset as newish, but you can see how this can confuse people. Furthermore, the phone guy says,
The trick with the animatronic won't work on her.
Let's go! Let's go!
if you hear Applejack running, yes, she's the Foxy in this game, pull up the doll. It will work. It also works on Sunset. Now, imagine a person hearing that phone call, believes it, but doesn't try testing out the doll. This will leave the player in a spot where they have no idea what other way to protect themselves and will end up in a loop of dying to Applejack, going back to where they were just to die to her over and over. Besides the false phone call, from here on out, you can just leave the camera on Rainbow Dash, put it on the monitor when you hear the static that signals someone's in your office, or if you hear running. This now makes the game simple, but you do have to deal with finicky controls, and on occasions the animatronics can appear one after the other very quickly. Another point is that when going back on the cameras, there's just static. You have to click any camera to get rid of it. The game has a custom night, no surprise. Just like Tubbyland 2.0, the max AI is 10. Before we move on to the Remastered, let's give an overall review. While Six Nights at Pinkie's has a pretty rough start with finicky controls, once you find out what you're supposed to do via playthroughs or comments on GameJolt, the game starts to get easy. As for the finicky controls, while annoying when they happen, they're easy to bypass. I think this game is alright. Now onto the remastered version. Oh boy. I know this was made by a 14-year-old, but this looks worse than the original. Okay, that was a pretty strong comment. But what does the remaster do better than the original? Well, instead of getting a phone call, you get tips on the first night that set you up for the rest of the nights. These tips actually tell you how to deal with the animatronics, unlike the phone guy from the previous version, as he either tells you too late, like on night 1, or you should have lies the night after. But really, that's the only thing the game does better. Everything else is just bad. The quality is bad. There are no sound cues for clicking the cameras or winding Rainbow's box. Rainbow's model is bad in general. The jump scares are bad. For some reason, if one character moves from the stage, that camera turns black. The environment you're in looks like it was ripped from the FNAF pizzeria made in Gmod. The previous version of Six Nights at Pinkie's also used an own pizzeria model, and so does Five Nights at Pinkie's, which I will talk about later, trust me. But at least it looked natural on them. Here, it just doesn't work. Maybe due to the lighting. This game honestly makes its previous version look like it was supposed to be the remastered. Regarding the looks, how's gameplay wise? Well, everyone except Rainbow Dash has a different method. The previous version had you pull up a doll. This game makes you turn off the lights. Unlike the previous version, you have to panel left and right to see when an animatronic enters your office, so you know when to turn off the light. So the cycle for this game is wind Rainbow's box, check to your left or right, your choice, back to Rainbow's box, then panel right or left, depending which way you looked first. Continue that pattern until someone's in your office. Turn off the lights when they enter. When you hear them laugh, turn them back on. After you get rid of them, make sure to check both ways before winding the box in the later nights, just in case another one spawns in, because that has happened to me before. Just wanted to point out, when the lights flicker, that's Applejack, signaling that you turn off the lights. With all of that done and you beat Night 6, that's it. After beating Night 6, the dev thanks you for playing the game and sends you back to the main menu. No custom night. If you click extras, you'll see what I believe are cheats. The first one says can't die, which is self-explanatory. Can't die, well, except for Rainbow Dash, as she's the puppet. The other says the crazy me? I don't even know what that one does. Now you guys might be asking, what's the point of these cheats if there's no custom night? Well, you can use these cheats if you hop back onto Night 6. To prove that the can't die cheat works, here's a clip of me doing that. There you go. Now for the review. While the Remastered has a simple gameplay like the previous version and even fixes the problems the previous version had, it has some of its own problems that can't be ignored, most of it being the quality and the lack of extra content. I'd put it a level below the original. Now, I still haven't answered the question of the title. Are both versions of Six Nights at Pinkie's worth playing? I'd say, sure, why not? They're not good, but they're definitely not bad. Even I gotta know that these games were made by a 14-year-old person. But wait, there's still more. See? I told you guys I'd be talking about Five Nights at Pinkie's. Now, obviously, this game blows the other two out of the water, especially the fourth one. Everything's fine with the game, just being FNAF 1 but with MLP characters. However, this game has some pretty bad RNG. Also, check out this clip.
That scared me.
Yeah, I don't think I've even seen anyone past Night 3. But if you're up for the challenge like me as I plan to play it, the link for it and Pinkie's 4 will be in the description with both Six Nights at Pinkie's. That's all for now. Both versions of Six Nights at Pinkie's are just okay and are outclassed by Five Nights at Pinkie's, but that game has bad RNG. If I'm missing or forgetting any points, feel free to let me know in the comments. I'll see you all next time.